welcome to another episode of Odin Writes Shit. As you can see, I've finally caved, and I've submit to the will of probably purists everywhere and purchased myself a Rhodia, only for the purposes of these demos. I am not going to be writing with these. This is just for my recordings, but when I got this, I just couldn't stop touching the cover. It's got this weird velour, almost rubbery texture that I just really can't stop touching. It's so soft. And I think I'm being indoctrinated, but anyway, that's just the cover, and I've already tainted it by folding the edges around the paper. But, you know, now it's not going to spring back, and I hate that, but still, it's so soft. Like, even the backside is textured like this. Like, I don't even... Anyway, today I'm going to show you the quest for the perfect red. These things I have gotten a billion years ago, and I am just starting to show you now. I've only got 3 colors for you, because that is all I've got. I have Diamine Grape, I have De Atramentis Giacomo Puccini, and De Atramentis Black Currant, which is also scented. Ooh, let us start with this one. The viscosity of this one is pretty thin, and doesn't stick to the sides of the plastic as much, which is good for cleaning and using all of what's in there. I have it already loaded in my cross. It's been in there for ages, and I'm like, I can't use it, because I haven't done it yet. So, let's do a test on this fancy-ass paper. Ooh. It's a very nice aged wine-ish kind of thing going on. But when I was looking for a purple, I was more looking for a royal purple. Not a lot of shading going on with this one. It's very smooth on this paper, though. Whee! And now, I always forget this part, but let us test it out on a piece of copy paper. Or notebook paper, you know. Out. On a piece of used grocery list. Because that's what I have. Damn it. Aha. Alright. I think there's supposed to be another L in there. Anyway. Now look at the feathering going on in the notebook paper. Quite a bit of bleed through, actually. You see these you can almost pretty much distinguish what exactly you've written on the other side. The color, unfortunately, on this one is not my perfect purple. Let's see, that's pretty dry now. Let's go back to the main reason why I bought the Rhodia in the first place, because after I was doing the water tests on the sketch pad, came to my knowledge that I probably am not doing it right, because that paper is probably meant to have water spread all around it. Because when I waterproofed tested on my notebook, it was an ink that I thought wouldn't perform well is actually performing well. So without further ado, whee! Not bad in the whole waterproof department. It's still gonna be, you can see a lot of the text, and not a lot of it has smeared, but if you're looking for, light, behave, light. Anyway, yes. So if it got rained on, it's probably going to survive a little bit. And now for the scented part. Unfortunately, the scent has left as soon as it hits the paper, which is disappointing. Has anyone found any scented inks that are pretty hard wearing? Because anything I've found with the De Atramentis I'm not very thrilled with. It'll smell inside the bottle, but as soon as you put it on paper, it's gone. Like, I'm not even sure if it still smells in the ink bottle. Whew! Yeah, it does, kind of. Now, it doesn't smell as strong as when I first got it. Now it just kind of smells like slightly berry-scented cleaning product, which is not nice to the nostrils. Yeah. Without further ado, that was De Atramentis Blackcurrant. Moving on to De Atramentis Giacomo Puccini. Similar viscosity. Let's see. Okay. Let's get a closer to what I was looking for in terms of a royal purple. That's a little darker than I would like, but still pretty nice. Alright. Do I have enough? I guess so. Try that on here. Not a lot of feathering going on. A little bleed through, of course, on the heavier spots when I did that intentionally, but I like there's not a lot of feathering going on with these. With De Atramentis, they tend to be pretty nice on cheap-ass paper, which is what I like. The problem is with the darker colors, obviously they're gonna show through a lot. But this one, we shall try with some water after I clean out my shit. Alright, let's try this one. I have a feeling it's going to be kind of similar, because these guys are probably not too different with their chemical changings. Well, actually, yeah, that one's actually got a little bit more staying power. There's not a lot of distortion going on with the lines, and it's not acting like a freaking watercolor. So that's pretty cool. In terms of buying it again, I'm not sure about this one. I do like the color, but if it was like a shade lighter, that would be perfect for what I'm looking for. That was De Atramentis Giacomo Puccini. Finally, we have Diamine's Grape. This one is a lot more viscous. You can see I cannot... it sticks to the walls more than the other two. And now I have formed a bubble. Bubble went away. Okay. That one's a lot thicker, so we'll see how this one... I'm going to draw my freaking pen off. That one performs. This one has a lot more shading than what I tend to like. The color is... It's considerably different between the other two. It's hard to describe. It's like the consistency is a little wetter, I guess. It looks a little bit more like watercolor. Because it definitely has some darker spots and definitely has some lighter spots, which is nice. Not something I look for. It's got definitely more of an antique look to it. Not the royal purple that I am looking for. Again, when I pick these out, it's kind of hard to distinguish, because hard to determine what I want, because the obviously the screen's not going to show exactly of a the screen of a demo swatch isn't going to show what exactly the color looks like in person. So it makes these very hard to photograph and very hard to determine what exactly you like, which is why I enjoy the fact that you can buy a crapload of samples at Goulet. I'll just try this one out on some crap paper. Some fast writing and some slow writing. Some super slow writing. Okay. Let's see what that looks like in the back. Similar results as the previous Giacomo Puccini. Obviously, the slower you write, the more it's going to bleed through, which actually I find kind of interesting. I was trying to intentionally write much quicker with the regular text, but it seems to be collecting more than the script. But, now for the final test. Let's cap that up before I spill it everywhere. Let's see. Water. Eee, that one definitely not something I would consider waterproof. That text is nearly gone just by 2 swipes. And yeah, that's very distorted, and that's probably not going to be saved. So I probably wouldn't be buying this one again. So I've got 2 misses and 1 a meh. But, you know, that is it for the quest for the purples. The perfect purple. Thanks for joining me, and let me know if you guys want to see something special. If not, tune in next time.